Money Green.
Shayz on the mic.
And we are
Lyrics and
lies.
Lyrics and
Lies. If she needs it in the morning or the middle of the night, she better not be too proud to beg. Cause my loving is strong and I got it going on. I ain't 2 inches, I ain't quite a yard, but I can get rock hard. And after performing, yeah, it may be sagging. What's up? This is Lyrics and Lies, Money Green with
Shayz on the mic.
Wake Up Shayz. We gonna get into this. What's the title of it?
Well, it's a Lifetime special.
What's the title?
Hopelessly in Love.
Hopelessly in Love. The story of Andre Rison and my girl, Left Eye. Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Thank you.
And I wanted to do a couple of things to Left Eye. Left Eye was a sweetheart. It broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? When all that stuff went down, it really broke my heart. But let's get into it, Shayz. I know you were enthusiastic about this, and you told me about it, and I didn't, hear about it. You said, no, it's about to come on. And sure enough, it was right there. So, the love between Andre Rison and Lisa Left Eye Lopez of TLC, the crazy one out the bunch, crazy, sexy, cool. Break it down. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. All right, do your thing.
I thought it was a little surprising how it came on. I like that is actually Lifetime style though, how they interview everybody. But it's interesting to hear Andre Rison speak on this after all this time that has passed. And I just found out it has been 17 years since Left Eye has passed.
Right.
And that was 2002. And the weird thing about it, it's 17 years. That's the same age as my son. It was like a wow. She been gone 17 years. Mm-hmm. April 25th, 2002.
Yeah.
That is wild. To not give a whole bunch away, because I think I've been doing better.
No, just tell the story. This is different than the movies.
I don't want to say it's a documentary. I guess it's just an insight in their life of the whole time that they've been in a relationship.
Yeah, there's no spoilers in this.
So there's some things I didn't know. I didn't know that she had burnt the house down for the second time. I remember.
No, she only burnt the house down once. But she damaged the bathroom.
But it was still a fire.
Nah, it was a fire.
Yeah,
she damaged the bathroom, but she didn't burn the house down.
Okay, but it still was a fire.
It's like, it's like an oven fire.
Right, but still, I didn't even know about the first one. I just knew about the real big one.
I knew about that. She told me about that.
Yeah, I told
Well, in an interview, she did, she said, because it was on the previous ones, VH1 or whatever, she said when she burned all the teddy bears up and everything, it was a ritual. So she said when she got mad this time, she said she can do the same thing, except she can do it to her shoes. She said only the bathroom had been changed. So now when she lit the things on fire, everything else lit up too. She's like, wait a minute, what's going on? It's not supposed to happen like this. So you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know, and they've known each, and they've been together for like a really long time.
Right.
Back and forth. I didn't even know that Left Eye and Tupac were friends like that.
Everybody knew that.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I'm telling you what I didn't know. I'm not saying
crazy.
What you knew.
But see, you ain't keep up with Lisa Left Eye.
No, I kept up with the group, but I never knew about there was other. I mean, I knew she knew other people, but I didn't know her relationship with Tupac, because Tupac had a lot of relationships with ladies.
Tupac was special to a lot of women.
Yes.
That he came into contact with, and it's as if, I'm not even gonna say as if, he would meet someone and they would become really close and they have a connection, but he would have that same connection with a lot of different women.
Yeah, he did.
So a lot of women would stake their claim to him or on him, when in all actuality, he just had that type of spirit where he was loved.
Yeah. So
deeply.
Deeply. I didn't know about him and Left Eye.
But something else you didn't know.
Other women, but
something
I
else
didn't
you
know
didn't
about
know.
that. What is that?
Tupac and Left Eye were about to have sex.
But he wasn't going to do that with her.
And Tupac got Left Eye undressed, or maybe she took off her top and then took off her pants. When she took off her pants, she had on Naughty by Nature boxers. And Tupac said, hell no. And he walked out of the hotel room. She's like, wait a minute, where you going? He ran out. But downstairs was Dre from Yo MTV Raps and John Singleton. So he left them to go up there to be in a room with her. And then I think it was a hotel. And then when she got undressed and revealed the Naughty by Nature underwear, he left and went back downstairs. And I was like, you back already? What happened? He said, man, you know, she had on some Naughty by Nature underwear. I ain't messing with nobody that messed with my homeboy Tretch. But Left Eye said she never messed with Tretch. She just had on the Naughty by Nature underwear. So that's one time that they were supposed to have sex that they didn't.
And it didn't happen. And I didn't even know about Suge either.
She doesn't get it all right to everything.
But okay, so
go ahead and get to it. Don't forget the documentary. Forget the documentary. Tell us about.
I didn't know about that. But anyway, getting back to Andre and their relationship, there is one part of this documentary that really rubbed me the wrong way, and it was the sister, his sister, Andre's sister.
Right.
I mean, and I understand you're a protector of your family.
Well, yeah, I get the story. Tell the story.
I'm just saying she didn't like Left Eye. She liked Left Eye at the beginning. She didn't like that Left Eye was there every day. And Left Eye, like, she the kind of person, oh, you invite me in, I'm staying here forever.
Yeah, but there's a little more to it than that. The backstory is Left Eye didn't come across as someone who was drama-free when it came to Andre Rison. So Andre Rison had a particular lifestyle all the way up until he met Left Eye.
Oh, okay, because his dress and how he
hold on, not the way he dressed, not the way he dressed.
I get that.
But we're talking about he had a close-knit family. His mother was right there, his sister was right there, his cousin was right there, whomever. And he had other women, so it's not like they were hating on all women. But they said that when Lisa came around, or Left Eye came around, all of a sudden he began changing for the worst and jeopardizing his career. Now, I would say, as trying to be objective, I would say he's supposed to be able to maintain his cool and his discipline and keep her in line. Yes, I say keep her in line. Anybody out there saying you don't keep no woman in, you can't keep a woman in line. So if, and a man and a woman can keep a man in line, but if she's argumentative or she's cutting up or she's burning things, then you have to say, look, I'm not with all that argument stuff. We can sit down here and speak like adults. Or if she's into like burning things, seems like, you know what, you can't come over here no more. Because you could hold on. You can cost me $10,000 worth of damage to my house. Now, what if you would have lit up the entire house? You know what I'm saying? So now I got to separate you. Slashing tires or scraping up his car, whatever they said she did, he would have to separate himself from someone like that. But for him to keep her around with all that drama that they called, because it was their love affair, he would mess around. He said he never did mess around until a certain point when he saw her doing something. I don't know if that's true or not. He comes across very truthful. But say Left Eye just got jealous about something. It's still his responsibility to me to choose whether or not he wants to be with Left Eye. And they appear to be so connected that he just couldn't resist her. I don't know if it was her personality. I don't know if it's what she would do to him sexually, or if he was found himself protecting her, or he liked her aura. But they appear to be toxic to one another. And in many relationships, people hang around when things are bad and going worse, and they just hang around and their lives go down. So that's how I interpreted everything.
Well, and I get what you're saying. I understand. But you gotta remember, we didn't even start from the beginning of this. Both of their backgrounds with their parents. I mean, both of them really didn't have their father around like that. I mean, her father was there, but he was a terror. Her father was a terror. Her father was a military man. But he was a terror. He was very strict. Very strict and abusive to Left Eye's mother. Yes. Andre Rison's father was a military man. He got his head messed up in Vietnam, and he came back from Vietnam
sort of spaced out and kind of, weird and doing all types of stuff. So he was mentally ill. So that's what they had to deal with. And that brings up another point. When you witness certain things in your household, we as humans interpret things in different ways. Some people may interpret it as, I need to abuse, or boys. Some boys may say, I need to abuse my girlfriend or wife. Some daughters may say, well, it's natural for a man to abuse their wife or girlfriend because my mother was abused and I saw her be abused. But then you have some who say, I'd never do that. Women need to be protected. I don't like seeing my mother like that. I'm going to protect my mother. And some girls will say, I'd never want to be in something like that and go through what my mother went through. So Rison appeared to be a really nice guy. But then I read the police report of them fighting in the parking lot. So they flashed that document on the screen and they left it up there for like 5 seconds. I pressed pause and I read it. And him and Left Eye were going at it in the parking lot, whether he was, I don't think he was punching her, but he was roughing her up and grabbing her and jacking her up. And the two guys said, get off her, you don't need to be grabbing on a woman like that. And he was like, shut the F up or whatever. And he went and got a gun, went to his car and got a gun and fired it in the air. And they ran, and then he told the police I should have shot them MFers. So all that's in the police report. So either she brought that out of him, or he allowed himself to get upset about something that he shouldn't have gotten upset about, or he hung around. Either way, it's his fault.
Well, you gotta understand too. I don't want to place blame because we'll be talking about another person later, and there's some cross things in both of them, and I'll bring this up at that time. But you never know when you get into a relationship, and I think everybody has had that one relationship that was toxic, but it was that person, something about the charisma, something about that person, or you felt like you needed to save this person. And I think that Andre felt that way in some respects because he knew her background. It was something about her, but he felt like he needed to save her.
He just loved her.
Right, but in the love and all that, he felt that he needed to save her. He's the one who bailed her out of jail when she went to jail.
He loved her. He cared about her. She was excited.
Have you been abused before?
Andre Rison?
No, you.
I have.
So
no, hold on.
Have you
what kind of abuse?
Have you been in an abusive relationship before?
Hell no.
So therefore, you can't speak on something that you don't know.
No,
what I'm telling you is when people are in an abusive relationship, and even though it's love, it's not just about love. It's other levels that's in that. That person feels because they have been abused, or their person that they dated has been abused, or they talk to them about what has gone on in their life, then they feel like I have to be that savior because of what they've seen before.
Okay, so I do not have to have been abused.
I'm not
hold on. Let me finish.
But no.
Everything you described. I'm talking about what you just described.
I'm coming from a place where I know.
It's gonna be quick.
So
would you stop?
Cool. Go ahead.
You said you said a litany of different characteristics. Y'all like that word, litany? That's the word for this. That's the word for this. It's the word for this episode, litany. But she said, unless you've been abused or you've done it, and at one point she said, or you've been with someone who has been abused. I fall into that category. So I've been with a woman or two that have been abused.
Okay.
Now, so I do fit the criteria in which you said.
A piece.
That's right. So, and if she was locked up, I wouldn't bail her out too.
All right then.
Now, so don't tell me I don't know.
But you just proved my point about you feel like you have to protect and I have to save this person. I
stuck my tongue out at her.
That's saving.
Yes, but,
okay, so that's what I
did
said.
that?
You was like, no, it's because he loved her.
No,
it's not just about
love. I didn't say
love.
It's because he loved her. I just said he loved her.
I get that. We all know
the
this.
women I was with that were abused, I loved them.
I get that. I'm not saying you didn't.
I looked out for them.
But my point is, right.
I loved it. I love.
He's getting silly, y'all.
I loved it.
He's getting silly.
I loved it.
So my point again was that is a part of a piece of when you're in love with someone and they have been through something, because you want to show them something different than where they came from.
Or protect them, like you said.
Protect, yes. That's the point I was just trying to make. That was it.
Right.
So I loved it though. Anyway. So
you didn't even have a point. You shouldn't even
I
have a
lost
point.
my point because of you was talking about you loved it though.
I did.
Loved it though.
But I'm saying he loved her. Sometimes you can want to protect someone, but at a certain point you say, I can't protect you. You're on your own because you're causing too much damage to me, my life, my relationships, things like that.
But I don't think he felt that way. The people around him felt that she was that way. But I don't really think he felt that way. I think he still felt like he had stuff under control. He didn't lose no contract.
He had nothing under control.
He didn't lose any contract.
He sort of did because he got shipped away. And I think part of that was the Atlanta Falcons were tired of him. So when you're in a football town and you start cutting up and they ship you away, right after you cutting up, that's because they tired of you. They tired of the headlines. They're tired of a coach coming to the podium, and instead of talking about the game or talking about the next draft pick or talking about how practice is going, they say, well, what about Andre Rison? He got arrested for firing a gun. What do you want to talk? You get tired of that as an institutional football corporation. You say, get your ass out of here. They shipped his ass to Cleveland. Said, beat it. And that's often what happens with football players. So his relationships with his family, that's what got into my head early on. So we talking about his sister. His sister loved him so much that she wouldn't be fake around Left Eye. His sister said, look, you aren't the same when she's around. Everything is different. You around here getting in trouble, the police showing up all the time. You're doing this, you're doing that. Stop it. And then she looks around and says, well, what's different with this picture? Left Eye. I don't like her. I'm tired of her. And the mother's like, yeah, she was a little more diplomatic. Yeah, he was a little different when she was around. Yeah, he was always getting...
I think she liked Left Eye.
Yes, but she knows what's best for her son.
She do too, but she understood there was some brokenness going on with Left Eye.
Right.
Okay, so that's why her feelings with the sister. See, the sister was like no nonsense at all. Like, I don't care. I don't like her. She need to be removed out of this relationship. No regards to what's going on with this woman and what her backstory is. Or she was like, my brother needs not to be with this woman.
Okay,
no more.
Can you pause right there? Everything you just said, please. Everything you said is what a real team is supposed to be like around the golden goose, or around the moneymaker, or around the person who pays the bills. Andre Rison had bought mansions, bought cars for his family, set everybody up nicely, took care of them. They need to look out for him too. We got your back, we got your sides. Whenever you can't see something, we're here. We're your extra brains and your extra eyes. They saw that the what you want to call it, the
energy, the chemistry,
whatever he was building. They saw
his empire.
His empire was crumbling because of her. And it didn't have to be like, a dramatic, she's bringing the whole thing down, but little bits and pieces here and there were being chipped away. Just like Kevin Hart going to Vegas. So we just aired an episode about him getting Don't F This Up on Netflix. And Kevin Hart was saying, well, when I went to Vegas, I ain't had my crew around. We're not even getting to that, but his crew is supposed to keep him in line if ever he gets out of line, just like her sister was on. So her sister, but that was his sister, right?
Yep.
His sister, her mind was in the right place. As much as I love Left Eye, and would have loved to be in Andre Rison's shoes a couple of nights so I could do my thing with Left Eye, I'm siding with the sister. Get on out of here with that BS. Yeah, you fine, you cool. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. High and by. Don't hang around here too much longer, because every time you're around here, you lighten up something. There's arguments. Y'all wrestling. You know what I'm saying? The one time when they said that he took her in the room and started roughing her up, or you could hear furniture moving and everything, and the bodyguards blocked the door so nobody can get in there. The bodyguards are enabling what's going on. The bodyguards are supposed to pull him to the side. And he may fire them if they pull him to the side, but at least, the slate is clean. You know what I'm saying? If they're really a part of his team and not just hired to be bodyguards. So that's my input on that. The sister is looking out for her brother.
And I get all of that. I think it was just the way she the way she was.
Oh yeah, she's
how
serious.
she was.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be serious or whatever.
Little nastiness.
You have to put your input in, but these two people gotta live their lives. You can say anything you want, as she did. He still stayed with a left eye.
Yeah.
Okay, so my point is, we as family and as people around people, you can say anything you want to say, but at the end of the day, the person's going to make their decision if they're going to go forward with what they want to do or they're not. Now, the sister did her thing, but there was something about Lisa that Andre loved, and he didn't want to give her up, and he wasn't. Inevitably, yes, later down the road, he did. But my point is, this is new. This is something he's never had before. It was something about her that made him still stay interested in her because it was something there. So he just wanted to still be in her presence. Even when this woman burnt part of your house down and she went to jail, he went and bailed her out. I mean, there's one part of it she still had to go to jail, because parts of it, just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that you are not going to go to jail, or you're not going to do the time that's needed for what your crime is, a crime of passion or whatever. You got to still understand and still know how to control yourself. Hopefully, from what we saw, it seemed like stuff started to simmer down a little bit between them after she went to, what did they call that place? It wasn't a jail.
Detention center.
It was like a detention center.
But she was away, so he couldn't get to her. They couldn't get to each other. But he did bring her some things a few times. But one thing that isn't to be overlooked is his insecurity of her messing around, primarily messing around with Tupac.
Because Tupac and him was friends, supposedly.
Yeah, they weren't friends. But this is how the DNP works. It's how DNP works. DNP have different functions from our minds. So I believe Pac knew Andre Rison first. And going back to Lisa Ray McCoy and Tisha Campbell and all that kind of stuff, Pac should have told him certain things if they were friends. Now, if they were just associates, now you can let some of that stuff slide. But he stayed in Andre Rison's house. He shot a video at Andre Rison's house. They did music together and all that kind of stuff. Whether they were just messing around in the studio, they were still chilling and kicking it, drinking and all that kind of stuff. And for him to like pick her up and do certain things without him knowing, without Andre Rison knowing, and pick her up from Andre Rison's house without Andre Rison knowing, like without letting him know, I'm about to come over there and pick up your girl. I'm about to come pick up your girlfriend. Mm-hmm. You about to go for a ride in my limo. Mm-hmm. So who knows if they did anything. I don't believe they did, but it still bothers him. And Pac was sneaky. Whether or not he was doing anything, if he wasn't doing anything, he didn't have to be sneaky like that. He could have just been up front. He could have been
But I think he liked the fact to let him sweat a little bit. I think he liked that fact of that.
Who?
Tupac.
Like letting Andre Rison sweat?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know. It's something because of
look at you beaming. Shayz, y'all should see Shay's face. She like beaming. Her eyes just got bright all of a sudden. She said, "Yes, I don't know. I just like it. They just something in it." She getting all bright eyed.
I'm just saying. He's that's the kind of person he is. I mean, he know he could get anybody he wants. Basically, Tupac could. So I think that he liked playing around a little bit, not doing it. He knew that Andre wasn't going to do anything to him. He knew Andre wasn't going to step to him. But
they're buddies. They're not best friends by any stretch of the imagination.
To me, they're acquaintances.
But they're acquaintances. They have each other's phone numbers.
Okay, but who doesn't? Do they? But everybody in your phone, you don't call like that.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying.
You gotta say something. I'm about to take your girl for a ride in my limo. I'll be over there. Yes.
But then he'll be like, why would you be taking my girl out?
Right, so he being sneaky about it. So why do it if you can't do it?
Because he wasn't his friend like that.
Ain't nothing platonic. I mean,
he wasn't his friend like that.
Like when I had to drive you home. You know what I'm saying? Delvin knew I was driving you home. I ain't just sneaking and say, I'm going to drive you home. Don't tell Delvin.
Don't be saying names on the radio.
I'm going to drive you home. Don't tell Diesel.
So everybody still know that too. But anyway,
I'm gonna drive you home. Don't tell muscles.
But that was a friendship, and he already knew there was nothing between us like that.
Yeah, but I still.
But Andre didn't have that feeling.
Andre Rison, he's still insecure about it.
Andre didn't have a feeling. If he was secure with that relationship, he wouldn't still question it after Tupac was dead.
He's still questioning.
He's still questioning
it. It's over 20 years later. Over 20 years later.
He's still questioning it.
Because he has questions that haven't been answered.
Right, but if you are supposed to be secure in your relationship, and you know the deal between one another, if whoever takes me home or gives me a ride, the other person, because I'm not giving names, the other person shouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah, but because they already know how solid we are.
But Pac came and picked her up at, I don't know if it was evening or night or something.
It was at night.
Her up in the limousine. He's sitting in the back, and she just jumps in and they pull off. He ain't say nothing. So I know where Andre Rison's coming from, and
I'm not faulting Andre for that.
No, but Rison also has to. I know where he's coming from, but I'm not siding with him because it seems like he did know how the DNP work, but it seems like he thought that they were more friends than they really were.
And maybe so.
They weren't friends.
But then I just couldn't see Lil Lisa with
Okay, so
oh my
Left
gosh. I can't say his name. That's terrible. Yeah, I can't say his name.
Left Eye actually joined Death Row. When Snoop and everybody else left Death Row, Suge formed a new Death Row with Eazy-E's son, a couple of other people, and Left Eye was one of the people. And I remember the interview on 106 in Park or whatever, and she's sitting there in all black. But it turns out that she didn't just join Death Row, she moved into Suge's house, and they were boning. So Left Eye and Suge were boning. That messed me up a little bit.
That messed me up a whole lot.
It didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt me as much as Tony Braxton and Birdman.
Yeah, I can get that.
Because I'm through with Tony because of that.
But I'm really shocked. Left Eye.
Left Eye was controlling. They said that she came to visit, or Suge said she came to visit. She knocked on the door. He opened the door, and she gave him a hug, and they sitting down there talking, and there's another knock. And she said, oh, those are my bags. And they brought all the bags into Suge's home, and she's like, I'm living here now. And that was
never left.
And never left. So just imagine she can do that to Suge. Just imagine what she was doing to Andre.
Right.
So some interesting stuff.
It was the same MO though.
And Suge was real with it though. Suge just let it be known. Yeah, I boned her, you know.
Yeah, he was truthful with that.
She was sucking on this lollipop.
Okay.
I'm like, dang. You know, but t-boz was always my girl though, so it's all good. There's still hope for me and t-boz. I'm serious. You know why? I got so much love in me.
Oh, God.
Oh, TB, baby. Oh, t-boz, baby. And
that's why he messed up the song at the beginning, because
no, I was trying to put t-boz in the.
It's okay. I know what you was trying to do.
You want to get me
But anyway, I thought the documentary was really good. It showed some points. I like the way that it did let everybody have their side to talk about how they felt about the relationship that Andre and Left Eye had. And towards the end, I was a little shocked. I didn't know that when he was going to the house. I was like, is he going to their house?
Yeah, went to visit her parents or her mother.
Her mother and
sister.
I thought that was nice at the end. That after all this time, that they still could sit down and talk and laugh, talk to each other, even though all the stuff that's happened. And that's ironic. He married Lisa Lopez.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
So
she ain't got nothing on Left Eye. But I'm gonna tell you something interesting. He and Left Eye may have been able to work something out once
I came back to
kept leaving and coming back, and she kept, I guess, becoming a better person. She kept getting the toxins out of her mind and her body, and she really reinvented herself, I think, mentally. And I think that they probably could have worked something out right before she passed, because she was a much better person, much clearer mind.
But you gotta understand too, both of them were young too in their relationship, and as you get older and you mature and you get wiser and you know better, you become better.
But she was feisty though. That's what I like.
That's what it was.
She was always doing
that's
something.
That's what he liked too. I think he liked the feistiness.
She was always doing something that was very funny, very entertaining, very creative. Like when she broke up, she told the girls, she told T-boz and Chili, let's all do solo albums, and I bet you I smoke y'all. Anybody buying that weak stuff y'all doing? All that, I liked all that stuff. You know, I didn't like them potentially breaking up, but she put that challenge out there, and then she recorded an album I have yet to hear to this day. But
I wonder if they're gonna release that.
They released it overseas. Left Eye's a bomb.
But I haven't heard. We haven't heard it here. That's why I was like, I wonder if they're gonna release it so it could be heard now.
Yeah, Left Eye a bomb. So it's
To sum that up, it was a good Lifetime. They're going to be doing 3 more after this. Is every Saturday. Lifetime, Hopelessly in Love. I think the next one is Biggie and Faith Evans.
Biggie and Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the other 2 is some people we don't really know. So but if y'all check it out, Hopelessly in Love. I think, what was it? An hour?
It's long. It's like an hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours.
Maybe almost 2 hours.
Right.
But it was good. It was good.
Interesting. He gave her his Super Bowl ring, so you know she was special.
But did he get the Grammy? Because I thought it was you get the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but those are easy to come by.
But yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? He could if anything work out with him, he could have went and got with Brandy or somebody.
But now he's a coach. He coaches high school and coach or he at the community center too.
He's a lucky man because he's with Left Eye.
Yeah.
That's all I know. He was with a sweetheart, a creative, wild child who was full of fun and excitement.
There wasn't no dull moment, I tell you that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dull moment.
I love to hang out with her.
Yeah, so. So this wraps it up and sums it up. So as usual, we want y'all to subscribe, share, comment. We need y'all comments. We ain't had no comments in a little while.
And like.
So comment and like. And check out our other episodes. We try to talk about the other episodes in these episodes so that y'all can, check us out. And that was Lyrics and Lies. And we're out.